They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. We'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Saquon Barkley, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 52 yards, and a touchdown.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
A gain of 2.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Dobbins. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
That's a very nice game there, a confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way you press the hole, absolutely perfect.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And this one's incomplete. He was trying to get it to K.J. Hamler, the rookie, but it'll be 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Murray. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often miss mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
This is Hamler on the receiving end. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
And the Washington first down.
First down, Murray. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Back to the air on second down, it's Murray. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. That one caught by the rookie Chase Claypool. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. They'll run on first down. Dobbins. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That good for 19 and a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield, get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. And now Murray's going to set up the throw. Open man Hamler, that's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal. Goal line at the 3.
First
and goal from the 3.
Yard line.
They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second down and 3. Shotgun now from Murray. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. J.K. Dobbins, the one he was looking for. But now it's 3rd and goal.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Murray. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
The field goal is good.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and it's 3-0 Washington. That drive just seemed to go for an eternity. I could kind of hear our sponsor saying, hey, we need to get our product pushed here. But then it ends in a field goal.
Yeah, how about that? Not enough time for product placement, but plenty of time to get 3 points out of the deal. I know that the guys on defense, though, they wanted to get those products out there. They wanted to stop that drive, just weren't able to do so.
Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. They begin with a run by Barkley. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Saquon Barkley, the ball carrier.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Carr. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
To throw on 3rd down, Carr. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Washington.
He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
A gain of 2.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
At the Giants' 19-yard line.
Now a handoff for Dobbins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On third down, Murray. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. K.J. Hamler, his 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the result, a touchdown for Washington.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. New York ready to go again offensively. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for New York. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Returning it, here's Hamler. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Chase Claypool, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Washington on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And that will be incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The New York set to take the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. He was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patches, I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. On first down, Barkley. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
On the draw, this is Barkley. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Barkley on the carry.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
And Barkley did not get there.
Saquon Barkley, the ball carrier.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Now, that was a designed run. Now, remember, if a quarterback goes feet first, he's protected. But if he dives head first, he's not. On that play, he figured the risk was worth the reward.
Murray now on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. K.J. Hamler, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away, not intercepted.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
It is 3rd down.
Snap comes to Murray at 1. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. 39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return.
At their own 20.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Now this one complete on the slant route. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. This one caught by Ridley. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 21, able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now, Carr again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down.
On the throwaway.
Now Mason Crosby on for the field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the 13-year man puts it through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
Giants 3.
So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Washington takes over 1st and 10. At their own 26.
Washington ready to try again on offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if. So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Second down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. Play action. Now it's Murray. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
It's now.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense, that fell harmlessly into the ground.
The Giants take over 1st and 10.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there. 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Ross Blacklock in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll get...
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the 2nd half gets underway. K.J. Hamler returning it. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Hamler on the return. Washington will take over 1st and 10. At their own.
So here's Washington now to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. 2nd half starts with a run by Dobbins. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Jabal Shear.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Play fake. Murray. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. It's caught inside the 25. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants' side of the field.
A gain of 56 yards.
Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. K.J. Hamler, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
He's just not at his focus in this game. It's not 1 drop. It's not 2. That's 3 for this contest. Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Murray. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
A good throw here, finding Pascal. Not much there, only a yard.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 11-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. A handoff to Barkley, and a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
26, Saquon Barkley, the ball carrier. Julian Okwara.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return.
Washington takes over first.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, one thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2nd and 6.
Another run here with Dobbins. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory.
The ball carrier.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush your passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
A throw left side, hauled in by Hamler. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From the gun, Murray. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. K.J. Hamler, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Second down and goal. Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. K.J. Hamler with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
New York ready to go again offensively. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On first down, Carr. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On second down, here's Barkley, and he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Good for a Giants.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run, and that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 more there and another first down.
Giants.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice gain there for a first down.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Carr now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Third quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Strong coverage by Washington. And now 4th down.
Thrown away and incomplete. He was covered by...
Well, it's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Crosby is good. And a 2nd field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Washington will take over 1st and 10.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up. They'll indeed run here right off the bat.
And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
And now Murray's going to set up to throw. And a slant hauled in by Ruggs. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 45-yard line.
A gain of 12.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Second and 9 from the 44. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Again, the ball carrier.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves. And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They're going for it. Hits Murray. That's to his running back. Complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. 52 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Barkley. And he stopped immediately there.
Barkley, the ball carrier.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
To throw on third down, Carr. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Ross Blacklock in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
And Crosby puts it through, and that'll make this an 8-point game.
Washington 17, Giants 9.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
At their own 25.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here comes a big one as this crowd gets out making some noise. It's 3rd and short. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebacker. Making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So a challenge is upon us. I tell you, close game, 4th quarter. This is a huge decision.
Oh, no doubt about that, partner. A lot has to be riding on this call. And you know it is a tight one because it has to be indisputable visual evidence in order to change it. Now here's the big question. Do they actually have that evidence?
About to find out. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. So that'll back them up 5. Washington going to send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. And he is closing in on the 100-yard mark for the day.
And it appears that he loved the fact that they're going to play this game earlier. You know, he's daytime. He's out there running around, feeling good about himself. Whatever his prep was coming in, he was able to get out there quick and fire away.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Javon Kinlaw in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Carr. Ebron caught left side. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
26-yard line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Their defense got to stop, force the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And this is going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Receiving team.
So that one will be accepted. Carr now on first down. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown of the 2-point conversion. Field goals aren't going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started. Nice gain, got some positive momentum going. They're on their way, and they don't have to rush.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Ross Blacklock getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Carr, and this one quickly to Lamb. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, Have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one, because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Back to throw, Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly. And they were able to break it up.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. So Derek Carr in the offense. Down by 8. 1:45 to play. They need a touchdown and, of course, the 2-point conversion as well. To throw is Carr. Ebron with it over the middle. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That's good. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
They're still looking for their first.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
Derek Carr, sacked.
Clock rolling as the Giants will hurry to the line. On play action, it's Carr. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Back to throw, Carr. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The sack by Jordan Willis. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. They had to for it with such little time remaining. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Checking the NFL scoreboard, they're in the fourth now in Minneapolis. And not much trouble in that game for the Vikings. They've opened their lead further. Cam Newton, 2 touchdown passes in the W. On first down, Dobbins. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Right back to Dobbins on first. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Murray from midfield. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. So it's Washington getting the victory here. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple, although I set you up by saying game balls, plural. But I
like where we're going with this, though. You say one to represent, like the best player of all of that. And I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for Washington, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles.